get into your buddy, Alex Ovechkin. You actually, his teammates, only Backstrom and Carlson have played more games as a teammate of Alex Ovechkin. So, you're over 750. So you were around for a lot of the stuff. You saw him when he first broke into the league, Brooke. So let's go way back to 2005, 2006. What is your first impression of a young Alex Ovechkin when he came to camp or maybe in the first game?
Oh man, it's a wonderful question, Jason. He was kind of naive in a beautiful way. I don't know that he knew, like, as a Canadian kid coming in, every single player, who they are, how good they are, and sometimes that's like limiting, and you're like, oh, this guy's really good. Like, I don't know that he knew a single goaltender or another, or a defenseman, or like who Scott Stevens was, and that he should keep his head up around this guy. Like, I don't know that he knew a lot of that, and he just went out and just torched the league. Like, I think he scored 54. Was it 54 or 56 in his first year? 54, I think.
Yeah.
There was no fear. There was no nerves. There was uber excitement. And he had supreme confidence, which I think is very difficult for young players coming into the league, to have that supreme confidence right away. And he had success early. I think he scored 2 goals in his first game and was off to the races. So he had success early, and then he was like, oh, I can do this. I can play here. And then he was just, from there, he never looked back. I mean, he took the NHL, him and Sid that year, they took the NHL by storm coming out of the lockout.
But what was different about Ovi when you, and really, I don't know if there'll be a guy like him. There's not many, 800 goal scorers, but not many 500 goal scorers who are as physical as he was early in his career, Brooks. Like, this guy was shooting 500 shots a game, and he was finishing the season with 250, 300 hits. Like, you guys must have been like, this guy should have been born, like in Canada and in Western Canada, Saskatchewan or something.
Yeah, I don't know that there's ever been or ever will be just that supreme combination, right? Like, he probably even had more hits than he's ever been given credit for. Boyd Gordon said somebody needs to leave the building on a stretcher in the Verizon Center for somebody to get a hit. So like, Ovi hit everything that moved. His first 3 years, he shot every puck he had a chance for. He hit everything that moved, and he was the most electrifying player that in the sport, and still is to this day. But like, he's 240 pounds. His wrists are huge. His calves are huge. His back, his legs, like, he's huge. He shakes your hand. It's like a bear paw. It's just like, boom. It's just like mass and weight. And he uses an 87 flex of a stick, and a hook that, like, he uses a hook that I can't believe is legal, and somehow, but like, he has precision accuracy with this. It's impossible to read where the shot comes off of his stick. And trust me, I've stood in the front of the net forever when that guy's shooting pucks, and I have no idea where it's going. But he loved to hit, and he loved to shoot the puck. And he is world class. Probably one of the, I don't know that his shot is, I think he's got the greatest shot the game has ever seen. And certainly I would put him in the top 3 all time in body checks. Just nobody ever knocks that guy over.